Floyd, Kid Austin, Schofield, he completely dominated Ricardo, Lopez, Torres, and it really wasn't even a contest. It was wild. You know, you talking about 3 knockouts. We gonna get all into it. Phonics was good.
Was a good fight. Let's get into it, man.
You already know, man. It's wild, you know, with all the things that's going on. Kid Austin, I told the people that he was going to steal the show and electrify on on the co-main event with Ryan Garcia. This was crazy. Kid Austin has proven to Oscar De La Hoya time and time again that he can depend and count on him when in the fourth quarter. You know, we all know the Barroso situation. We ain't gonna spend too much time. It was an issue with that led to Kid Austin being elevated, and my oh my, should he have been. You know, Kid Austin let it be known to everybody in the 135 division who is really the truth. You know, and he said it at the end of the fight. You know, I might do a lot of talking, my dad might do a lot of talking, but they put in the work. And you know, and he completely dominated this man, Ricardo Lopez Torres. And to be honest with you, I don't know what's next for him. And I want to tell you something. This man Ricardo went 7 rounds with we all know Castro, and Castro is another guy, you know, who basically Kid Austin has been calling out, and Castro been ducking and dodging him, and his name is Mark Castro to be exact, you know, and we're gonna break it all down. But people ducking over hula hoops trying to avoid Kid Austin. We listen. I got phonics. Give us your analysis. Kid Austin as Golden Boy's own. He electrified in front of the whole team. What's your thoughts on this whole situation? It's a wonderful night of boxing.
Yo, right now, Kid Austin fight was the best fight of the evening, man. Yo, Kid Austin, yo, for novel fans, and novel fans are people that who don't normally watch boxing. Kid Austin is the reason that you should be watching boxing. The young man's exciting. Yo, he told you after the fight, he takes his training seriously. And you look at his body, the young man, yes, he training hard. And he hits hard. And the fact I love about Kid Austin, man, is that if you look in his face, it's nothing personal. It's all business. I just got to get you out of here. I'm not angry with you. I don't hate you, but I got to knock you out. It's a business decision. You know what I'm saying? And he's a businessman, not a businessman. So, yo, I like that. Big shout out to Kid Austin, man, Floyd Schofield, man, and Floyd Schofield Sr., man. Yo, doing a great job with this young man. I like him with Golden Boy Productions. Um, I see his future is very bright, man. And yo, he's gonna be fighting for titles very soon. Don't
Yeah,
run from him, y'all. Stop running from him.
it's too much running going on in this division. He's definitely proved that he definitely is ready for these big fights. He already proved it, but what do you think some of these guys like, you know, Keyshawn Davis and some of these people, obviously that's a big time money fight, but you know, what do you see in the horizon? Isn't Kid Austin making the case to Golden Boy Promotions that it's time to bring in the big fights?
Of course, and the big fights will come. The only thing that I'm worried about is his opponents don't want to fight him. The same thing that Shakur Stevenson went through. And I hope that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to get him against more difficult talent um, and people that either hold belts or are ranked number 2 or 1 in their respective weight class. Because that's going to be the only way that he gets the way he wants to get. He's a great fighter. He's very focused, and I want him to keep that focus. In order to keep that focus, we have to keep the competition up there, man. And so many dudes are scared, like we seen with Devin Haney, who said that he's giving up all his belts. Um, these people are scared to fight certain fighters because they don't want to lose. Um, I hope that's not the case for Kid Austin, man.
Right.
I think his future is so bright. He's such a talented fighter. He's so disciplined, and he knows how to turn the rage on and off. That's special. Remember,
What
I
do you
said that.
what do you think about tonight? He spoke obviously at the press fight, the post fight. Pardon me. He said that he utilized his jab a lot. Did you see the jab? And he said the jab set up and just about everything. What was your thoughts about the jab? And let people know how important the jab is to setting up those power blows.
Yeah, I heard him say that, and he was very right about that. And Bernard Hopkins smiled behind him. Bernard Hopkins, his co-promoter, because that jab, that lead jab, that's what makes an opponent step back and respect your power. Not only did he use the jab, then he came with the counter. The jab sets up the counter, the hook, the cross, the uppercut. That's what the jab set. It sets up all of that. The jab. That's the first thing you learn in boxing 101. I don't know if any of y'all been about. That's the first because the jab is the lead. That's what they call it, the lead punch. It starts everything. If you can establish your jab, more than likely you're gonna win that fight. If your opponent cannot defend against that jab, how can he see the other punch coming from the other hand? He can't. And that's what we saw, you know what I'm saying, in this fight with Kid Austin. His opponent could not see the other hand, and that's why he was so dominant. It was very masterful. He put on a short little clinic right there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You want to go back and watch it. That's a short little clinic of how you lead with your jab. You begin with your jab. You bait him in. Once you see that he can't even stop your jab, then any other punch is off limits. You're gonna destroy your opponent, and that's what he did. It was
Yeah,
brilliant.
absolutely. I just feel like, it's just a matter of time before Kid Austin take over. Boxing. Period. I like you said, a lot of people ducking and dodging them. I think it's a lot of token names that's out there. That people ain't ready to just maneuver around. And I think Kid Austin is gonna make it very difficult to ignore him, to avoid him. Because he's right in everybody's face. And after a performance like this, like I said, Kid Austin's been calling out guys like Mark Castro. I want to repeat, y'all. I know that Kid Austin made this easy, light work, but don't underestimate, Oscar at the end of the fight. He stated that he expected this fight to go the distance to beat him, and for him to take him out in that magnitude was definitely unbelievable. Clearly, the Golden Boy is already discussing possibly his next fight with JoJo Diaz. I heard them hint to that. And I heard some of the commentators think that Kid Austin, JoJo's never been stopped before, so they believe that Kid Austin is going to have to basically go in there and go the distance. And I just don't see that happening. I think that this is, they keep saying it's going to be a new test, and he completely annihilates this new test. So it's just getting downright pitiful now. You cannot avoid him, and Kiddo did, this was a massive spot on this card with King Ryan Garcia, who was under a lot of pressure, and we're going to get into that shortly. Phonics, any closing remarks on this crazy night of boxing? We will be back as well because we got a lot more things to talk about.
Again, man. Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Kid Austin Schofield, excellent fight, man. Excellent fight. Good execution. I was very impressed. You know what I'm saying? He's the future of boxing as well, man. He
Right,
has a bright future, man. And my full support and Flight Sports TV, yo, we are behind him to the fullest, man. Great fighter.
absolutely. That's facts. Peace and love. Subscribe.